Welcome to the meeting of the Sleaford Town Council HR Committee on Friday, the 7th of February. I'm Councillor Robert Oates, the Chairman of the committee. On my right is Councillor Melody Shanahan Clough, the Vice Chair of the committee. On my left is Mr. Chris Pilkington, our Town Clerk, and on his left is Mr. Rob Oliver, our Deputy Town Clerk. First thing on our agenda this morning is any apologies for absence. Chairman? No apologies for absence. I'm glad to see a full turnout this morning. So the next item is declaration of any disclosable pecuniary and other interests which any councillor may have. If you have a pecuniary interest to declare in the matters to be discussed today, please raise your hand. No councillor has raised, so no need to have any disclosures. Therefore, we do not need to receive any requests for dispensations to take part in the discussions today. The next item on the agenda is exclusion of the press and the public. Further to the Public Bodies Admission of Meetings Act 1960 to consider the exclusion of the press and the public from certain agenda items due to the confidential nature of the items to be discussed.
And I would recommend, Chairman, agenda items 2330 through to 2536.
Do I have a proposal for that?
I'll propose.
Proposed by Councillor Melody Shanahan Clough, seconded by Councillor David Souter. All those in favour of exclusion, please show. That's unanimous. Thank you very much. The next item is public participation session. We have no members of the public here today. So we can move on to the minutes of the previous meetings. We have two sets of meetings to consider this morning. First of all, we will look at the minutes of the meeting of the committee on 10th of January. In the usual way, I'll go through them page by page.
My apologies because I forgot to send them for that meeting on the 10th. I wasn't here. We just read them. I forgot to send them. I'm sorry.
Not at all, Councillor Cockcroft. Councillor Cockcroft's apologies for the meeting on the 10th of January will be noted in the final version. Stephen Shannon, please.
Well, I can't remember with even my attendance recently, but I'm listed on this one here as both being present and also offering apologies. All right, and I really cannot remember if I attended that one or not.
Let me just double check.
I don't mind being this dual character for that, in two places at once. But
You were present on 10th of January.
that's fine, but just leave that last bit. Just get
And I can confirm that Councillor Stephen Shannon is present here today. It is himself speaking, so we will make that second amendment to.
I can't make the first one because the minutes for record was decided at the meeting. We didn't have apologies from Councillor Cockcroft at the meeting, so I can't change the minutes to that effect. But I can record in the minutes of this meeting that Councillor Cockcroft.
I think that would be acceptable. Thank you. Thank you very much, Chris. So are there any other items of factual correction on page 1?
Wait, are you on the minutes for the 10th or the 17th?
On the 10th. 10th, yes, Councillor Long. We're on the 10th still. Page 1, no other hands raised. Anything on page 2? No hands raised. Anything on page 3? No hands raised. And anything on page 4? No hands raised. Okay, thank you very much. Proposed. We have proposed acceptance of those meetings, seconded by Councillor Darman. All those in favour of acceptance, please show. Any against? Abstentions. One abstention. Councillor Cockcroft was also not present at the meeting. So we will now move on to the next set of minutes, which is of the previous committee meeting on the 17th of January. So first of all, can everyone just check whether they were present or not present at that meeting? I think I can confirm that I was present.
I don't think I was.
I was.
we have some apologies already recorded for that meeting. Any other items of factual accuracy? Councillor
Yeah,
Norman?
page 2, when we actually discussed the adoption of the proposed new staffing structure, because I asked for it to be put in 2 parts and the grading because of the admin assistant post being pretty high for somebody new, so that was going to go to full council. I thought, Dave, that you voted against the new staffing structure with me and because of the grading, because it mentioned your son, daughter who being apprentices. But yet it only lists me because and then we got to the second part, we voted for it because by then the 2 different options are going to full council. I'm sure you did.
I think councillor I was correct. I think
Yeah.
I voted against the first. And then after the debate,
Yeah,
I voted for the second part.
yeah, it's all to do with the salary.
Fine. I made an amendment.
Okay,
And also, bless you, Pat, your listing has been there, you know that, don't you? Yes. Well, you were in spirit.
No, I was here for that one.
Oh, sorry.
okay, any more amendments on page 2? No hands raised. And page 3 is just the date of venue for the next meeting.
Thank
So,
you.
with those amendments, do I have a proposer for those minutes? Proposed by councillor Melody Shannon, seconded by councillor David Souter. All those in favour of acceptance, please show. Any against? And any abstentions? 1 abstention. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. So we can move on from minutes of past meetings to the next item on the agenda, which is to receive the report of the town clerk.
Pause the recording.
So that concludes our discussion of the central agenda items. The last item on the agenda today is to agree the date and the venue of our next meeting, which is due to be Friday, the 7th of March at 11 o'clock here at the town hall. Thank you everyone for attending, and the meeting is now closed.